Welcome to Bullseye year number 3. Darek Sharp in my broadcaster voice. I gotta start talking like a regular person. Wow. No, I just wanted to start off strong. Joey Johnston and Caylee Cottrell.
Hello, Darek.
We're so back.
Setting the tone.
We're so back. We're so back.
Last time I heard you, you were a little bit more, not exasperated, but exhausted in a good way because it was the Hawaii Bowl. Yes, we're going to talk about this season, but where we last left off is a positive, and I know there's a lot that's happened since then. But
there is,
if we can pick up where we left off, except for the 5 overtime part, we'll be okay.
Yeah, well, what an incredible game it was, the Hawaii Bowl, 5 overtimes as you mentioned. But so many little things happened in that game to make the result turn into a USF win. It really was. And you know what? It was on Christmas Eve. A ton of people watched it. A ton of people loved watching it. So I think the program got a lot of exposure.
And a ton of people are going to be watching the first game because I know we had games last weekend. They call it week 0 for a reason because we're actually just 5 games. But the first one on Thursday night, the real start, if you will, to the college football season is on ESPN with the Bulls and Boise State. And of course, we've had a summer to get things going. Of course, a fall camp that you've been a big part of.
Yeah.
And part of it was going to Media Day. So that was I know, eye-opening for you.
Yes, went to Charlotte with Coach Golesh and Cole and Ruck, and those two are amazing and represent our program so well. And Ruck's whole family came up to Charlotte for the weekend to support him and got to meet them, and he has such a great support system. So that was so sweet to meet them and see that. And we did it in style. We took the PJ. We took the private jet.
So I knew what that meant.
Trip in style.
I've never been on one.
Those of us who don't take private
lingo.
jets a lot don't know the PJ.
Then we got back 2 days later, and fall camp just kicked off, and it's been rolling since. And the guys, to see them work the way they have has been so cool. And in the hottest fall camp, I guess, in history,
Ever?
it was day 2, and I
Probably.
think Tampa set a record for over 100 degrees. So they have been working, and it's been so cool to see. For me personally, fall camp is always so fun. I have a fall camp birthday. So Coach Golesh was the sweetest, had the whole team sing me happy birthday, and they were the kindest. They're like a family to me, so super special.
Caylee is the insider. She's at all of the practices. Joey Johnston, of course, is all over the place. Go USFBulls.com. There I go with my broadcaster hands again. I'm going to try and calm those down this year. But so much to talk about during the course of the season. We are going to get with a special guest, Josh Celiscar, in our 3rd block, but we're going to start off, as we always do, with the head coach next. It is time, and it is time to talk to head coach Alex Golesh for the first time. We're going to have a second guest. Coach, you decided it was okay to have both Joey and I back. I mean, come on. Thank you either way, but it is good to be back.
Well, it's great to have you guys back, and you're tenured, I would say, both here at this point. So
it wasn't your call.
No, I am.
You were here before me, I know that.
Yeah.
There are a few things that have happened over the last few months. I have been in anticipation mode so much that I almost can't believe the game is here. What's it been like for you? And I know you're ready.
Yeah, it's been an awesome off season. We had a chance to kind of reflect after getting back from Hawaii and really look at the program as a whole and how do we take the next step. And ultimately, I know I'm judged on wins and losses, and I get that part of it, but internally, how do we keep building and how do we to end up resulting in more wins? But how do we continue to adjust our processes, and how do we continue to adjust what's going on within our walls, from recruiting to the day-to-day to all of it? How do we continue to get better? And we've put those into practice and had a really, really good winter, had a fun, exciting, process-driven spring ball, and went into the summer and really put these guys in situations to go be ready to roll here come Thursday night.
And you got to be ready to adjust. As we are taping this show, I noticed I walked up to this beautiful indoor facility. You guys are practicing outside. You're drenched. It is a absolute monsoon right now. What type of team, and I know the coaching staff is great at it, do you have when it comes to adjusting to adversity and all that kind of good stuff?
Yeah, the great thing about coaching here is you don't have to create situations where you got to be ready to go play in the rain or thunderstorms or a rain delay or a lightning delay. We kind of get to experience all of it. And we chose today to stay out in the rain, and knowing that these guys are going to have to potentially Thursday night or any day in Tampa be ready to rock and roll in it. I'll be honest with you. I think it at times phases the coaches more than these guys. They're so used to it. They're so used to playing in the rain. They're so used to coming in, going out. I challenged them today that they've got to handle it the right way. We got a chance yesterday to come in for a little bit, kind of replicate. This is what it's going to be like if there's a lightning delay, to then head back out. I'll tell you, these guys are so focused and locked in on the moment and just making sure that they dominate whatever the moment is, that gives me confidence to go and be able to face whatever comes our way.
Perfect.
So this season, nobody has a more ambitious schedule than the USF Bulls to start it. Boise State at Florida at Miami. One at a time, Boise State first, a great opportunity to play a nationally ranked team on national television. When we watch games on Thursday night, we got to start somewhere, and we start with USF and Boise State at 5:30. So there'll be a lot of people watching your game, Coach. What do you think about the opportunity to showcase your program in that audience?
Yeah, I think it's a really cool opportunity for us to display where we are as a program, and understanding that we represent this entire university and represent this entire city on a national stage, and what cooler way to do it than against the team that's been the standard in terms of culture and consistency over the last 25, 30 years. And for us, it's the next opportunity to put on display what we built here, to put on display our identity and our culture. And I think our guys are so excited to just go play football and let the entire country see what we've done in terms of the work.
One part of the culture of college football is roster turnover, and I think you've done a fantastic job, it seems to me, as you've gotten a lot of, on the defensive side especially, productive veteran sorts. How important has that been? And what is the challenge?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of challenges, but I think ultimately the challenge has been to make sure that as you bring guys in, as you recruit, right? It's different than the NFL where you draft them. You're not only trying to identify them, but also then recruiting them. As we've gone out and attacked from December to this April, we've tried to make sure that the rooms that we're bringing older guys into, that these guys are, one, adding to the culture, the kind of human beings they are, the kind of work ethic they're coming in with, but also taking a really humble approach to coming in and knowing that there's somebody sitting in that room that thinks that that's their job,
right.
Whatever their role is. And so how you handle that is critically important. We've been really, really guarded and really selective in terms of the young guys that we're bringing in. A majority of them we knew going into the process.
Makes sense.
And the handful that we didn't, we had elite relationships with their coaches, to where we knew the young guy that we're getting. And I'm really proud of the guys that came in, because they've not only adjusted to the culture, because we are different. We're different, I think, probably than a lot of people in the sense of what we demand. And we've had to start at the bottom of the mountain. And as we're climbing this mountain, the worst thing you can do is bring in somebody that's going to knock you down.
Sure.
And I'm proud of the guys that we brought in. I'm proud of what they've added. Because I would tell you, if you go room by room, I would tell you that in every room, those guys have enhanced the culture there and have handled the young guys in those rooms the right way. But we've also had to coach that. We've had to demand that, and I'm proud of where those guys are.
I've heard that Joey's buddy, who was worried about the defense a couple of years ago, has been very happy, no complaints.
His neighbor.
Yeah, my neighbor.
Yeah.
He's still your neighbor.
Still my neighbor, and he will have a lot of new faces to learn, 54 of them to be exact. But I know he's excited to have one familiar face back, Byron Brown at quarterback.
Your neighbor likes the offense.
Oh, he does. He does.
He's not worried about the offense.
He loves the offense.
He's not worried about the
points
offense.
all the time. But Byron Brown, I know everybody's eager to get him back there. I know he's eager to get out there. So speak to us about what we can look forward to. Byron Brown, he looks great. He's a chiseled athlete. We know what he can do. So what kind of Byron are we going to see?
Yeah, I think Byram is just as excited as your neighbor to get out there. It's been 10 months since he's played ball in terms of in a stadium in front of people. Byram got healthy, and Byram went right back, head down on his process and his day-to-day and in preparation for this season. He's physically in the best shape he's ever been in. He's mentally in a really, really confident place. He's having fun. He's doing a really good job leading. I think anytime you take the game away or the game gets taken away from somebody, it kind of makes you reflect. It makes you appreciate what you have. It makes you appreciate the fact that, man, it's one play that can end this journey that you've been on. And I think he's got a really cool approach to it right now, where he's grateful for every moment he gets to go play football. He's grown as a leader tremendously. I think as he's gained confidence in his own process and his own game, he's now able to be really, really vocal, demanded of others. We've empowered him to do so. He's grown in every imaginable way. It's going to be really fun to see a confident Byron Brown.
And he does have some new targets. Chaz, you brought in Moody as well, but it looks like there's not going to be any lack of weapons. Josh, what we saw last year, Keyshawn, I just think is fantastic. Speak about his arsenal.
Yeah, we went out and really felt like we had to get some veteran help that can allow these young guys to come along. And Keyshawn has obviously been here, finished the year really strong, and we've challenged him to take his game to another level. You got Jaquan Smith and Josh Porter, who have played a ton of football, challenged them to take it to another level. But then you bring in a Chaz Nimrod who's started a bunch of games, played at a high level, and just really needed a fresh start, needed an opportunity to go and continue to grow, but a fresh start in a new environment. Lucky for him, he knows the system. He's got recruited and coached by a couple of guys that are here, and so there's this familiarity for him where he never skipped a beat coming in. You got Moody Rubin, who is graduated from Stanford in 3 years. We were nervous about him coming in May and June and learning the system, but he graduated from Stanford in 3 years. He's figured it out. And then you got these young guys. Like, when I tell you how excited we are about Jeremiah Koger and Christian Neptune and Corey Pettigrew, just, man, like the talent, but the ability to just adjust and go play at this level has been really, really impressive from that crew. That this tight end room's really grown. Yep. We're really excited about, and this running back room continues to blossom. These young guys in that room have taken the leadership from these older guys. It's been fun. It's been fun to see. Again, you don't know till you really get out there and just 11 dudes on the field, but I know Byron's really excited about the weapons around him, and I think probably even more excited about these old men in front of him that are going to give him a chance to go be really successful.
Seriously.
I know I've asked you from time to time the keys to winning a game, and the opponent changes, but the approach doesn't. You always say run, stop the run. Your coaches say the same thing. So how are you feeling about USF's ability to run it and to stop that run?
Yeah, I would tell you that's always what we've hung our hat on, is the ability to run the football and then create explosives off of it. Because of the tempo, because of how we play, at times it takes a moment to get it really rocking, but as you wear a defense down, if you ask any of these old linemen, they would tell you there's no greater feeling than seeing a guy in front of you worn down that you can go run this football. So I feel really good. I think the O-line, as they're going into year 3 of this same message over and over, and they've taken so much pride that we go as they go. I think they're really excited to go put it on display. And then on the defensive side, we felt like leaving spring, like we've got some young talent in there, just super inexperienced. And these guys need to come along. And so we went out and targeted and found a bunch of guys that have experience that we knew we needed to be as stout as we got to be, especially in this early stretch before we ever get into conference play. The ability to stop the run is going to be so big, and we feel really confident there. I think these guys have embraced the culture. I think KP's done a great job with hammering at home how important it is that we're stout up front.
I know they'll be ready for 4th and inches, because I know that's one of your mantras this year. I can't let you go without asking your most up-to-date thoughts on what's going on behind us a little bit here. I know a lot of people are excited. They saw the video of how it's actually going to look inside the new on-campus stadium, and to continue to see it going up has got to be a natural boost anytime you look out there.
Yeah, there's cranes, there's the things that drill things into the ground. What are those called?
Hammers or
well,
stakes?
They're ginormous things
Wompers.
that hammer. Yeah, there you go. There's crane, or there's tractors everywhere. There's a lot of people working out there. every morning I look out there and it feels a little bit surreal that it's coming, and I think it'll be an incredible deal for our fan base. I think it'll be an incredible deal for our football program to have the nicest football complex in the entire country right in front of it. But I think they're moving at a good clip. We'd like to we'll bring the offense over there and kind of teach a little bit of tempo as we go.
Can I follow up with one, Darek?
Sure.
So I just curious. You talk about the operations building is the best in the country, and I know when you build a home, oh, I love this, I love that. So what is it that makes you say that? What do you love about your new home when you guys settle in a couple of years? This operations center. What's different about it?
Yeah, I think I give Jay Stroman and our leadership a ton of credit. They allowed us to take the time to do it right. They allowed us to take the time to go see these places around the country that are the standard. Our whole first year we were here, there were some meetings and I got asked a ton of questions. And to be honest with you, I'd sit in those meetings and I'd be working on our football program.
Drawing plays.
Yeah, well, drawing plays, but like, there was a lot to do. There's still a lot to do, but it wasn't until after our first year here that we got a chance to sit down and I was able to openly admit, like, you keep asking all these questions, I have no idea. I've never built a building. I've never been involved in building a building, but I do know this as a football coach. If you don't know something, or even if you think you know something, you're gonna go watch other people do it. And then you're gonna take other people's ideas and you're gonna try to make them fit what you do if you feel like they fit what you need. And so Jay gave us the ability to go get on a plane and go see the last 6 buildings that got built.
Wow.
He with us and the architects and everybody, and we went. We took 2 days, and it was during an off time where we were able to go, and we literally said, man, that makes sense, that makes sense, that makes sense, that makes sense. And we took what we felt like was the best. And when I say the best, what's the most efficient and best for the players? Recruiting, obviously really important, but for the long haul, in this day and age, this will be the last time you build a building. You ain't building again. And so we knew we had to get it right, and we knew that it had to be player driven and player centric. And so a lot of, and I told Andrew Warsaw, our general manager and chief of staff, and Jay and his crew, like we're gonna spend some time on this right now, and then once we get back into football,
Forget it.
I don't know, like I'm out. And so I've been out, but they continuously are coming back with, man, this or this, and that's why I can confidently say I think we've took the best out of every place we saw, and kind of put it all together, and they've really spared no expense in terms of saying, man, like, we're going to do this the right way, and wherever this program is headed, we're going to be the standard, no matter where we are, what period in time we're in, from the locker room to the sports medicine to the recovery to the meeting space to the restaurant. I mean, state of the art, big spaces that as you walk in, you're going to say, man, this is a first class program. It's a first class environment in this building. So we're excited.
That's awesome, and I know you're going to be focused on the game on Thursday. I know your days are all messed up, but Thursday night is the night at Raymond James Stadium. Thanks, Coach. We'll see you next week.
I appreciate it.
He mentioned Andrew Warsaw, a guy that he worked with to honor a player that you're going to find out about next. Josh Celiscar, the new number 63 for the Bulls on Bullseye. And our very first player guest of the season is a very special guest, Josh Celiscar, new Bull on the defensive line, number 63. And if you're watching this, you're going, well, my man's not wearing number 63. I'm going to vouch for him right now. He would be getting a cold and probably not able to play on Thursday night if we were made to wear 63 because it rained outside.
Yeah.
Rainy morning.
A little bit chilly after a rain-soaked practice.
Yeah, but it's okay. It's gonna be good because Thursday it might rain.
Yeah,
it
I
might
would
rain
count on it
Thursday.
at this point. But we all know why he's wearing number 63. Honored, and this is a great tradition the team has just started in honor of Leroy Selman, as we all know, former Buccaneer standout, Hall of Famer, legend. And now no pressure, but you were the first person to try and live up to that legend. In all seriousness, I know you've learned a lot about Leroy. What has it meant to you?
Honestly, it's just been a great opportunity to honor his legacy for the most part. Honestly, I just want to be myself and just honor his legacy in the best way I can. You know, I'm a Christian, I'm a husband, and I'm a father, so that comes before ball. But at the end of the day, whenever it gets to me getting on that field, I just want to, you know, put my best effort out there.
It's been cool for me to see you. I mean, even though you're new here, you've taken in the young ones and been that mentor, been that leader, been that voice for them. Why is that important to you?
That's important to me because I remember when I was younger, I had that. Like, I had people like wanting me to play and wanted me to like come along quicker in my development. When I came in my freshman year, I had a lot of older guys that I looked up to at my previous schools. So talking to them and like picking their brain about certain things, I just learned so much that I just want to, you know, pour back into the young guys and hoping that they come along as quickly as I've come along.
A couple of things knowing Leroy. I'm a little older than I look, hopefully, and so I got to see him play when I was a kid, and he was just a legend and just a beast on the field, but a gentleman off the field. I actually thought more about Leroy and getting to know him later in life as a person. So I think that has got to strike with you, that people are going to see you play on the field, and I'm sure you're going to be a beast on it, but off the field, how important and how does that make you feel?
It's really important. I want people to see the other side of me, not just, you know, football, that football side. I want them to know I have a wife. I want them to know I have a baby girl. I want them to know, like, I have a family and I have, like, other things going on outside of football and I don't want to just, you know, be the football guy. Like, I have other things. I have other outlets that I indulge in too.
Now, the other side of that is when Leroy, who would just be is one of the nicest people I've ever met, but different person on the field, turn into a beast. Do you have that switch as well?
I definitely have that switch. I would say I do. When it comes to me being on the field, I'm like locked in, more so it's like real serious, not so nice.
Not smiling like you are right now.
Not smiling like I am now. More like, you know, I'm in the game. I'm in that mode. So when I'm around my teammates, they know when it's like time for me to play and like get to that point, it's like I'm serious. I'm not smiling or not really happy. So
it sounds like you're the perfect choice.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think it's going to be like playing in front of your family again? Because you're kind of back home. You're close.
I've actually had a lot of people reach out to me. I think I have like 20-some people coming to this game
awesome.
to just watch me play. So, you know, I'm excited because, you know, it's just so much that I've put into my career, and it's like I just want to, you know, finish it off honestly, and, you know, get ready and take my shot at the league after.
Winter Haven, UCF, and then Texas A&M brought you here. I know last year didn't go as you planned from a football point of view, but you've been very mature about that. And of course, you had other things going on in your life.
Yeah.
So how did that year sort of set you up to finish off strong?
Honestly, going against SEC talent, you know, being on the scout team, after a while, it's like you realize that you weren't going to play that season. You just was like, okay, I'm going to just take the season to develop. So honestly, going against like Trey Zoon and stuff like that at Texas A&M, like, those guys beasts. Like, you know, I wanted to get that opportunity to go against the best. And, you know, if it didn't come the way I wanted it to come, but at the end of the day, I still got to practice against those guys, and I still got to learn a lot. And it's like coming into, you know, being in the American, it's like, you know, have fun, do what you're supposed to do, and take what you learn from playing in the SEC for your, you know, some short amount of time,
right? And
just come in and, you know, do you, honestly, and have fun.
Awesome.
It's the main thing.
And now that you're here, tell us about this D-line room, your teammates, how everyone's clicking, how you're getting into the team.
The D-line room is very unique. We have Jacob. Jacob has come in and kind of like made our mantra, kind of like our name, the like Wompsters.
Excuse me?
The Wompsters. So basically, you know when a truck goes like womp womp. So with us, if somebody making a big play or
we're gonna see that.
Start off with drive or something, Jacob starts with a womp womp, and everybody starts doing it. So the whole D-line room, they kind of bought into it, and everybody's been doing it.
I love it.
So it's like, it's a funny thing. Everybody said we haven't agreed on that name, but that's been the only thing everybody's been saying. We've been called the Wompsters.
It's got to be that name.
It has to. At this point, it has to be that name because nobody else is coming up with anything. So it's going to be
love
Womp
it.
for the rest of the season.
KP, Kevin Patrick, of course, one of the legendary coaches around here because he was on the first staff, and I know he also has a connection with you. We spoke about it before we went on air, but you know he approves of all the dads on the team.
Yeah, Coach KP gets a shirt that says like girl dad or a boy dad. If you're a dad of any like gender, he literally just buys your shirt and gives it to you. He actually put it in my locker, and I didn't realize it was there for about 3 days. And then he said, "Did you look in your Foot Locker?" I was like, "Why would you put it in my Foot Locker?" So I look in my Foot Locker and it's a girl dad shirt, and I was like, "I appreciate it, but why would you put it in my Foot Locker?"
Come on, KP.
That's so sweet. Has your little baby girl, come to practice? Because I think I've seen KP hold up the sweetheart.
Yeah, she has come a couple times. Coach KP, he always says that her first word was KP, and I was like, all right, Coach. But at the end of the day, it's all cool because, like, I'm happy that he's taking in my family and that he just approves of everything. So, yeah, I'm happy to have that support behind me.
Tell people your daughter's name and how old she is.
Caylee Renee Celiscar, she's 1 year old, and she's a very charismatic, a lot of attitude at one, and that's crazy. Yeah.
That's so sweet. Now, you got married a couple years ago. I think your wedding video is on your Instagram page, which I watched, and it was gorgeous. I also noticed something fun in the detail shot when you were getting dressed. You were putting on your socks, which were Tom and Jerry socks.
What?
Made me chuckle, so I had to ask. Is there a story behind that?
It's not really a story. It's more so like I had like a pair of Goofy socks everywhere. I had some SpongeBob SquarePants socks, some Batman socks, and some Tom and Jerry socks. And wifey was like, why would you do that? Like, why would you buy Goofy socks? I was like, because like, you know, we not trying to be so serious. We trying to have fun a little bit. She was like, I approve of those because they black. And that's why I grabbed them and put them on, because it was like, I was like, okay, I'll wear them, because she was like, I don't like the yellow. I don't like all the other colors on that other sock. No, put them on.
Those you can get away with. I love it.
Yeah.
That's so
Anything
fun.
to take the nerves off the wedding too, by the way. So what are the nerves like as we wrap it up here going into the first game? I know you guys have been anticipating it for a while.
Honestly, for everybody, I believe it's just, you know, coming into the season and playing a top 25 team. And, you know, we're not nervous, but it's more so like, you know, it's a lot of anticipation, and you know that you want to have like your best game and win that game. So I feel like it's a lot of sense of urgency around, and people knowing like we have a big opportunity in front of us. So that's the main thing going into the game. Me personally, going into this game is just like, I get nervous before games, but at the end of the day, it's just like once I get my first, you know, sense of contact, that's when I'm feeling, okay, I'm settled down, let's have a good game. And I can, like, you know, get my teammates together too if they're like nervous.
Well,
yeah.
Props to you for not having any nerves on this interview. You're ready to go, I can tell you. He'll be wearing number 63 in black. Who knows if it's the black Tom and Jerry socks to go along with it. But thank you very much. Thank you very much, Josh. We will wrap it up in just a bit. I know throughout the course of the year we'll get to meet a lot of the newcomers on this team, but Josh Celiscar is not a bad one, huh?
What a guy. He's been awesome to see. Even though he's new, he has taken in the young guys on the team and been in that leadership role and has had such a strong voice so soon. So it's been cool to see his impact right away.
Able to get people ready for the Wumpster situation. I'm down with that. And also be fully prepared for maybe a short little rain session on Thursday night. Joey,
Yeah.
you're going to be on the
I'll be
sideline
on the
for us on the
sidelines.
radio side.
Yep,
Do you
yep.
anticipate some rain?
Well, I think it's a pretty good bet that it may rain a little bit, but I hope not. But we're prepared for any weather situation. I hope there's not a delay, because that throws things off.
We'll be
we
ready for it.
can play in the rain. I can certainly walk around on the sideline in the rain, but just don't want the lightning. Keep the lightning out.
Well, it is back in black, so make sure to wear black, as I did, as you saw the head coach did, as you see Caylee did. Joey, I'm going to let off the hook because you cannot be wearing black on Thursday night because it is going to be hot when it's not
Yeah,
raining.
exactly. I didn't want to be like one of the twins or triplets or whatever. I wanted to be stand out.
As we wrap it up, what are you looking forward to most about seeing the Bulls actually in action?
Yeah, I think actually the running game has intrigued me. We have these established people of the last few years, Naquan Wright, Kelly Joyner, and last year Tayron Keith.
Sure.
Pretty much all new faces now. Really curious how they'll be deployed, who's going to stand out. I know there's a lot of interesting bodies back there in the backfield, and it's important that the Bulls run the ball well. So I'm really curious as to who's going to really step up on Thursday night.
And Caylee, I'm sure you're ready to go.
I cannot wait. I mean, one, to have the fans back, and I know they're all itching for football season, and it's finally here. There's so much excitement with that. But also, I'm personally excited just to start the season with the top 25 ranked team. I mean, our guys have really shown in fall camp that their mentality is that is who we are. We identify as a tough, competitive team, and they're ready for it. So I'm stoked.
If the Bulls win their first 3 games, they are going to be not
Oh
just
my.
one of those ranked teams, they will be high up in the rankings. It could not set up any more challenging, but I think we've gleaned that they are ready for the challenge. Hope you enjoyed the first episode of Bullseye. We'll be back next week for my co-host Joey Johnston and Caylee Cottrell. I'm Darek Sharp. As always, keep those horns up.